I'm clearly a huge fan of planning because it gives me a greater sense of being in control with things that are often out of my control. And so I like to experiment with a ton of different apps and programs. But one of my favorite ways to plan is to use the digital planner that I created that I can use with my iPad and Apple Pencil to give me the feeling of paper and pen, like how I used to plan. To start a new month, I like to begin with my digital planner. I've been using the Cyberry digital planner. Link up here for a video on Cyberry if you're interested in seeing more about it. I'm really into big picture planning and then later writing out tasks for more granular planning. Occasionally, I'll decorate my digital planner or document my habits and goals, kind of like a bullet journal. But because I am in the middle of a lot of different projects right now, my digital planner serves as my handwritten visual for the big stuff. So I like having all of my bills and payments written out. I do have everything automated out, but it's nice knowing when I can expect that money to be withdrawn. Additionally, I'll plan out, usually tentatively, my video schedule for YouTube and any other major meetings or appointments. Using digital sticker widgets, which you can find in the shop at KDigitalStudio.com/shop, I like to quickly jot out main priorities and goals for the month and have those kind of floating on my monthly page so that I see them every day. Cyberry, of course, has weekly and daily pages too, but lately I've really been benefiting from sticking to the monthly page and then using a weekly page for writing out my to-do lists. In essence, my monthly calendar in Cyberry is a more decorative, more visual, and more interactive way for me to glance at upcoming important deadlines that just clicks with me in a way that Google Calendar and iCal does not. Because I can handwrite, use stickers and icons, and make it as minimal or decorative as I'm feeling that month, it better adapts to how I change or how my planning changes from month to month. Speaking of how my planning changes, it has for me a lot lately because I recently bought my first house and there is a lot of different kind of planning that goes into that, especially when we want to do a number of different renovations and projects. So I've been using the digital home planner a lot more. It's a planner similar to Cyberry in that it's digital and was created so that I can use it with my iPad and Apple Pencil. It allows me to pull in pictures from Pinterest or wherever I'm getting my inspiration from to create mood boards for the different spaces and also just document the home renovation journey, important information about the home, budgets for projects, and a lot more. And it's really beneficial for me, for someone who is a very visual and hands-on person, to be able to physically hold an Apple Pencil and draw all over the pictures and draw out floor plans or furniture arrangements for my projects. Now I use GoodNotes for my digital planners, and recently they added the ability for external links. But I spend all day saving links for things that might work in my space, like a chair or a rug or whatever. There's not great extensions or anything like that to quickly clip the link and have it in my digital home planner. I have to manually go in and copy and paste those links. And this is where Milanote comes in. Milanote is the platform I use to build out and document more of our home renovation process. You can use and build from a number of templates they have, or create your own from scratch. You can add notes, checklists, boards, colors, images, just so much to plan whatever it is you need to plan. Podcast, client work, or in my case, home renovations. So this is a board that I created from scratch, added a picture of us on closing day, and a rough to-do list of things to get done. Milanote uses columns, and you can drag and drop things in those columns to stay organized. So in the second column, I've listed out some goals of each project or renovation that we do in the home. You know, just making sure every space is clean and cozy and that we're investing early in high quality and custom solutions and finishes. You can do boards within boards, which are kind of essentially acting as folders to drag and drop more things into. So I've added a board of pictures of the before, essentially, something to look back on when we have an after shot. Then I have the brainstorm column, which is basically filled with boards for each room. So opening up the studio or office board, and this is where I can just fill out the board here with my ideas without worrying about whether or not it looks good or has a particular aesthetic. So I use a checklist for my ideas and possible DIY projects, but I also dropped in some photos and links to possible products that I can incorporate into this space. I've also gone in and did a bit of writing to flesh out some of those ideas as well. But to get even more detailed about the renovations, I have the fourth column called Projects, where I can flesh it out even further and go in with a more organized approach. So I have general notes for things that I want to remember going into the project, and then specific project steps broken down into phases. The third column is a materials list where I can link to products and any hardware that I don't already have that I will need to successfully renovate. I have the budget column where I can drag and drop my spreadsheets or my documents where I plan out the budget. And then the last column is kind of me thinking ahead about how I possibly want to edit videos about the project. Because I did create a second channel to share more just lifestyle and home renovation stuff. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram under Kirsten Studio if you're interested in any of that. I'll be sharing more about all the home stuff over there. And that is how I'm planning July. If you like this video, then you'll love my Plan With Me playlist. I'll link it in the cards and in the description. That playlist is full of videos of me planning in my digital planner each month, and they contain a lot of helpful tips, tricks, and little tidbits about using the iPad to plan. I'll see you next week with another video if I don't see you over in that video. Bye!